Hey everyone, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my anticipated November book birthdays that I am excited for. I haven't done this video in a couple months and I'm sad about it, but the first book that I'm going to be sharing with you today is Tidesong by Wendy Zhu, I think. And it is a middle grade graphic novel for fans of Studio Ghibli and the Tea Dragon Society. I am rewatching Studio Ghibli movies with my kids right now, and I am having such a fun time doing it. And Tea Dragon Society, I've only read the first book, but I loved it. The Chamomile Dragon is my favorite. But this is about a young witch whose mother and grandmother pressure her to attend the Royal Magic Academy, the best magic school in the realm, even though her magic is shaky at best. And her cousin Sage and great aunt Lane seem more interested in giving Sophie chores than teaching her magic. So, when a spell goes wrong, she accidentally entangles her magic with the magic of a young water dragon. So I just love dragons. I used to not be a big fan of dragons, but I am excited. This comes out on November 16th, and it's just, this cover is beautiful. Pinks and purples, yes. So, another purple cover. It is Killer Content by Kylie Roach, and this is a YA mystery thriller. It's Knives Out meets One of Us is Lying. I have not watched Knives Out, but I own the movie, and One of Us is Lying, I didn't really like the book, but I enjoyed the sequel way more, and I haven't watched the Peacock show yet. But it is 6 teenagers who make up the Hype House seem to have it all: a beachfront Malibu mansion, millions of TikTok followers, model good looks, and a sponsorship deals up to $30,000 per post. Everything's pretty much a Gen Z paradise, except that one member of the house has just turned up dead in the infinity pool, and the rest of them are suspects. When the group TikTok account starts posting cryptic messages about the murder, the police limit their investigation to the members of the house. Now old joke videos are filed as evidence, and past rivalries start to look like motives. So very One of Us is Lying vibes about the tell-all, the app that the guy who died in the book ran. And yeah, so very much like One of Us is Lying. Hopefully this is a little better, and the cover gives like One of Us is Lying vibes with the faces like scratched out, but hopefully it's good. It's got 17 ratings and it's at 3.88 so far, and this comes out on November 30th, so at the end of the month. But yeah, hopefully this will like meet my expectations. Next one is another graphic novel. It is a YA biography memoir. It's called Passport by Sophia Glock. It comes out on November 30th, and it's about a young girl who finds out that her parents are CIA agents, and she's lived in many different countries. She can barely keep count. Stationed now with her family in Central America because of her parents' work, Sophia feels displaced as an American living abroad when she has hardly spent any of her life in America. Everything changes when she reads a letter she was never meant to see and uncovers her parents' secret. They are not who they say they are. They are working for the CIA. As Sophia tries to make sense of the news and the web of lies surrounding her, she begins to question everything. The impact that this has on Sophia's emerging sense of self and understanding of the world makes it for a page-turning exploration of lives and double lies. In the hands of the extraordinary graphic storyteller, this astonishing true story bursts to life. So, I'm looking forward to learning about how she is going to, like, she finds her sense of self after moving around and finding out that her parents were basically keeping this massive ass secret, and does she find herself? And again, more purple. It's a purpley month. Okay, the next one, I just clicked onto the Goodreads page, and I'm seeing that it has a 2.94 rating, and it's got 712 reviews, and it expected publication is November 9th. And it's a book of the month selection, so I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to read reviews on it because I'm gonna have to read reviews, but I'm gonna put it here anyway. It's called The Perishing by Natasha Dion. I love the cover. And it's an extraordinary novel featuring a black immortal in 1930s Los Angeles who must recover the memory of her past in order to save the world. From NAACP Image Award nominee Natasha Dion, the author of Grace, a New York Times Best Book of the Year. It's about Lou, a young black woman, wakes up in an alley in 1930s Los Angeles, nearly naked and with no memory of how she got there or where she's from, only with a fleeting sense that this isn't the first time she's found herself in similar circumstances. Taken in by a caring foster family, Lou dedicates herself to her education while trying to put her mysterious origins behind her. She'll go on to become the first black female journalist at the Los Angeles Times, but Lou's extraordinary life is about to become even more remarkable. When she befriends a firefighter at a downtown boxing gym, Lou is shocked to realize that though she has no memory of ever meeting him, she's been drawing his face since her days in foster care. So, this is the first time I'm reading the synopsis. I put it on my anticipated reads because of the cover. I love the cover, and that it was a book of the month pick. I almost always put book of the month picks on my anticipated reads because they get so much hype and attention. But the ratings, I need to read more about the reviews, but yeah, I'm still looking forward to it. So people could hate it and I could love it. Hello, Luna. Luna's been sleeping the whole time. The next one was another cover draw me in because I love secluded houses on covers that look creepy but are like with creepy scenery around it. Yes, so These Silent Woods by Kimmy Cunningham Grant. It's no electricity, no family, no connection to the outside world. For 8 years, Cooper and his young daughter Finch have lived in isolation in a remote cabin in the northern Appalachian woods. And that's exactly the way Cooper wants it because he's got a lot to hide. Finch has been raised on the books filling the cabin shelves and the beautiful but brutal code of life in the wilderness. But she's starting to push back against the sheltered life Cooper has created for her, and he's still haunted by the painful truth of what it took them to get there. The only people who know they exist are a mysterious local hermit named Scotland and Cooper's old friend Jake, who visits each winter to bring them food and supplies. But this year, Jake doesn't show up, setting off an irreversible chain of events that reveals just how precarious their situation really is. Okay. Vividly atmospheric and masterfully tense, These Silent Woods is a poignant story of survival, sacrifice, and how far a father will go, when faced with losing it all. And it's an adult mystery thriller. It says it's like in a war shelf on Goodreads, so it may like have some type of war, maybe. But yes, this comes out on November 16th. It's under 300 pages, so hopefully that it will like get like tense, you know. But it's got a 4.31 rating on Goodreads with almost 500 ratings. So I am looking forward to this one. Like a good wintry read, I think. The next book on here, the first time I saw the cover, it just gave me a little chuckle, and I immediately put it on my TBR list because I was one of those girls in the 90s after Speed and Bill and Ted and Point Break. How to Marry Keanu Reeves in 90 Days by K.M. Jackson. I mean, yes! Who doesn't want to marry Keanu Reeves? He's fucking gorgeous. He's John Wick. You know you're safe. Anyways, this comes out on... Oh, it's already out. So, this came out on November 2nd. So, it is a hilarious road trip rom-com, perfect for fans of Meet Cute and When Harry Met Sally. Watched Harry Met Sally, never read Meet Cute. Bethany Lou Carlisle is devastated when the tabloids report actor Keanu Reeves is about to tie the knot. What? How could the world's most perfect boyfriend and forever bachelor, Keanu, not realize that making a move like this could potentially be devastating to the equilibrium of, well, everything? I used to think this way about Leonardo DiCaprio, and he's never married, so we're good. Not to mention he's never come face to face with the person who could potentially be his true soulmate. Her. Desperate to convince Keanu to call off the wedding, Lou and her ride-or-die BF Truman Erickson take a wild road trip to search for the elusive Keanu so that Lou can fulfill her dream of meeting her forever crush and confess her undying love. From New York to LA, Lou and True get into all sorts of sticky situations. Will Lou be able to find Keanu and convince him she's the one for him? Or maybe she'll discover true love has been by her side all along. So, obviously you know what's going to happen at the end. Keanu and Lou are going to get together. Duh. No, I'm being sarcastic. But yes, this is I need it. The first time I saw it, I was like, oh my god, really? I need it. So, this is definitely on my list of birthday books that I want. My birthday is December 21st, and my Amazon wish list is down below, so hit me up. Not really, but yeah. So I'm so excited for this one. And I've just realized that most of these books come out the day that I'm posting this video, so happy book birthday to the ones that I've mentioned that have a book birthday of November 9th. Like the next one, which is You've Reached Sam by Dustin Thau. I've heard so many people hype this book up, specifically Jesse the Reader. It comes out on November 9th. I just said that. Anyways, it is about 17-year-old Julie has her future all planned out, move out of her small town with boyfriend Sam, attend college in the city, spend a summer in Japan, but then Sam dies, and everything changes. Heartbroken, Julie skips his funeral, throws out his things, and tries everything to forget him in the tragic way he died, but a message Sam left behind in her yearbook forces back memories. Desperate to hear his voice one more time, Julie calls Sam's cell phone just to listen to his voicemail, and Sam picks up the phone. So it's a contemporary YA magical realism. I think this may be a little difficult for me to read because my oldest daughter, her name is Samantha, and she goes by Sam. So reading anything with a death and that name is Sam, I'm automatically like on edge because obviously I can't help but picture my kid. But yeah, so I'm ready to read this one. And Japan. I want to go to Japan so bad. I just want to see the cherry blossoms in April. Can I do that? The next one is a November 9th release, and that is Ear of the Reaper by Makia Lucier. I was about to say Lucifer. Sorry. Makia Lucifer. Year of the Reaper by Makia Lucier. So, the past never forgets. Before an ambush by enemy soldiers, Lord Cassia was an engineer's apprentice on a mission entrusted by the king, but when plague sweeps over the land, leaving countless dead and devastating the kingdom, even Cass's title cannot save him from rotting prison cell and a merciless sickness. 3 years later, Cass wants only to return to his home in the mountains and forget past horrors, but home is not what he remembers. His castle has become a refuge for the royal court, and they have brought their enemies with them. When an assassin targets those close to the queen, Cass is drawn into the search for her killer, one that leads him to form an unexpected bond with a brilliant young historian named Lena. Cass and Lena soon realize that who is behind the attacks is far less important than why. They must look to the past, following the trail of a terrible secret, one that could threaten the kingdom's newfound peace and plunge it back into war. So, Plague. Not good to read about during a pandemic, but the cover is beautiful, and yeah, I want to get more into like historical fiction fantasy, like Game of Thrones. I am missing Game of Thrones. I'm going to be reading Fire and Blood next month in anticipation for House of the Dragon, and I still need to. I'm planning on rewatching Game of Thrones, so if anybody wants to rewatch Game of Thrones with me from season 1, then hit me up, because I've only watched season 1. I've I need to rewatch season 1 and then like just binge it. So yeah, if anybody wants to do that, leave a comment down below. But this comes out tomorrow, and it's got a 4.3 rating with 104 ratings. So I am very excited about this, and I was a little disappointed when I got rejected for a NetGalley arc, but it's all good. I'll buy it. And the last book I'm going to talk about is another one with a beautiful freaking cover, and I added it to my list because of the cover, and it mentions a movie. So last month, for the first time in my 30 years, I watched Edward Scissorhands. How have I never watched that movie? It was perfect. Growing up, I was a little terrified of the hands, but oh my god, it was amazing. But this is Starlight by Isabel Streichak. I don't know how to pronounce the last name. I'm going to have to Google it and translate it, or pronounce it. But it's Edward Scissorhands meets When the Moon Was Ours in this enchanting, lushly romantic novel about two teen sisters who fight to protect a mysterious stranger who literally fell from the stars and into their backyard. Oh my god. I need this book in my life. November 16th, next Tuesday. In a week. I need it. So, it is strange things have always happened in the small town of Darling, yet Delta Wilding and her sister Bee are familiar with the peculiar. Raised by an eccentric father who always on the hunt for the spectacular, they're used to following the weather patterns that twirl onto strange paths, a card that refuses to play any artist but one, and living in a sentient house with whims of its own. But when a mysterious boy falls from the stars and into the woods behind the Wilding sisters' farmhouse, nothing can prepare them for the extraordinary turn their lives are about to take. Extraordinary and dangerous. Starling Russ is not from this world, and his presence in the Wilding home brings attention. As the terrified locals, Delta's ex-boyfriend, and the unscrupulous mayor descend onto the Wilding's home, both Delta and her sister go to incredible lengths to protect their mystical visitor, especially as Delta's growing feelings for Starling could prove the greatest risk of all. Oh my god. I am loving this book already. The synopsis is just pulling at my heartstrings. I want to rewatch Edward Scissorhands like now, and it is so pretty. Oh my god. It don't have a page number. Oh my god. No, it comes out November 16th. Oh, 448 pages. I am down for that. So, oh, more pages the better. Make it 500 and you got a deal. So, how much is it going for on Amazon? $16.99. And I can already buy it. Oh, pre-order November 16th. So, I may buy it like right now. Yeah, so I'm happy. That is it for this book birthdays video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Which book are you anticipating? Are you excited about any of these? And I have a couple more on my list, but this video is long enough. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in my next video.